Good morning, Lana Scott Lighthouse. So, guys, um, this is the Work Your Light Oracle card deck. This is more of a spirit guide and angels message today. And I've been getting a lot of information while just sitting here trying to set the reading up. And I thought, I am going to tell y'all the cards, show them to you, and tell you what's coming to me as I am doing all this. So first of all, yesterday I did a reading that was talking about integration of your higher self and getting messages from your higher self being more integrated in your conscious mind. For those of you that are going through the newer awakenings, okay, this is what's going on energetically right now, okay? The first thing I have that is unseen, but something that you are feeling, is this awakening card. And it's talking about energetic upgrades and a new way of being integrated, or a new way of being integration. And you see, we've got all this energy coming from the universe. Some of you who may be starseeds may be feeling or hearing messages from starseed energy, or feeling activated by that. And as your higher self is becoming more integrated with your conscious mind, I'm going to go ahead and read y'all this card because it's talking about going through a period of awakening, that things are changing for you and at many levels. You're starting to remember ancient truths and discovering more and more about who you are and why you incarnated. You may find that you're experiencing past life flashbacks, seeing the invisible thread that is woven through life, or even feeling Kundalini. Kundalini chakra energy, guys, is this energy that's at the base of your spine in your root chakra, that is life force energy, and it's a red chakra, and that is a rooted thing that everybody goes through, but not everybody's aware of it. And it grounds you with the earth and helps you to realize how life works. Okay. So it comes up through your body from the base of your spine. And most important for this is not to overthink it, to stay grounded. So guys, a good way to ground is to sit, be real quiet, and imagine roots coming out of your feet, going into the ground, going through the dirt, through the rock, all the way to the core of the earth, wrapping around the core, coming back up the roots, through your feet, through your legs, through your hips, up through your solar plexus, up through your chest, up to your head, going through all those chakras, right? And then as it comes back down, imagine that energy. I always imagine it as white light going through your arms, down, back. Actually, when you get to your head, you want to imagine it going up and connecting with the sun, and then energy from the sun coming down with that light, coming through your head, and then filling your aura, which your aura goes all the way around you, at least 6 feet. And then imagine that energy that integrated energy between the heavens and the earth, going through all your chakras, your arms, back down your chest, back down your solar plexus, down your hips, your knees, your legs, through your feet, and connecting with the earth again. This will help keep you grounded whenever you meditate, whenever you are just wanting to tune into the energies of the day. It's a good thing to do it maybe in the morning when you have your first cup of coffee, or maybe even get up 10 to 15 minutes before you normally do to do this grounding, because it will help keep you stable while you're going through these energetic things. I heard an interesting conversation this morning about the earth is going through some the electrical pulse of the earth is going through some changes right now because of where we're at this time in history, and that some of you may be feeling some of that, that may be shaking your energy up a little bit every day, where you're feeling like you're not sleeping very well. You're feeling like your dreams are, even though you're dreaming, you're not remembering them. You're not having, maybe some of you are having not very many dreams. Maybe some of you may be getting an overload of dreams where you're having so many dreams that's waking you up. It just depends on the person. Okay. So So it's talking about staying grounded and sharing your experiences with like soul people while you consciously integrate them. So they're saying journal, pay attention to your dreams. You're remembering and your soul gifts are emerging. So during this time of transition and awakening, you may be called to devote yourself to being of service. There are ideas, and that comes out in the runes too. There are ideas, truths, concepts, books, and creations waiting to be birthed into this world. So stay open to receiving them. Okay? Pulling this card can be a sign that you're here to birth one of these creations into the world, or perhaps you're being called to make a shift in your life in order to be of service. Light workers, earth healers, people that do that either help people in every day-to-day life things, or people that are helping in a spiritual way. So don't think too much about it. Instead, knowing that the following work, they're talking about repeating the following work, your light activation. And this is an activation card. It says, I surrender to my awakening. I allow the Shakti energy to rise from the base of my spine. I open myself up to the universe, using me in a way that delights my body, mind, and spirit. And I wanted to talk about an experience that I personally had 2 years ago before I moved to California. I actually had a dream about somebody I was trying to get to know, and it was in ancient Egypt, so it was a glimpse of a past life that I had. And in this dream, I was in this huge temple, and this friend of mine came up as a child and said, hey, do you remember me? Do you remember me? So you may be also having, like I talked about yesterday, some of you that are going through some of those early awakenings. And guys, we continue to awaken through our whole life. If you're starting to feel it, and it's being brought to your attention, there's a reason for that. Maybe some of you are starting to see glimpses of past lives. You get a memory and you go, well, where's that memory? When did I see that? When did I experience that? And sometimes it's a past life. Sometimes it's just an intuitive hit of, this feels familiar. Maybe you meet somebody that y'all try for everything. Y'all talk about the schools you went to, jobs, everywhere. You cannot figure out where you met this person. Okay. What happens is, in those kind of instances, a lot of times it's because it's somebody you met in a dream, on an astral level. You met their soul in a past life. So that is starting to happen for a lot of people. And this is on an unseen, but it's energetically what you're feeling. Okay. So then I wanted to talk about what is seen. So, and this is talking about the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. And I feel like a lot of people are in their dream state, in their sleep when you are astro traveling. You're meeting some of these souls or their higher selves that are coming, and you're having gatherings. Maybe you're having conversations. Maybe they come to give you a message. Maybe even some of your starseed family is coming to, if you feel like you have starseed energy or earth healer energy, whatever you feel like is starting to show up for you, you will. Like, sometimes when you go somewhere and you'll meet someone and you kind of feel that familiar energy, but you don't know who they are or whatever. Sometimes it's because you met them on that astral level, right? And you've had a conversation, or you knew them in that past life. So you're starting to see that in the scene, okay? See how this energy is coming down? This to me is talking about your crown chakra, your third eye opening up. You see how it's happening for these other people too? This is that knowing. This is that starting to run into people. And I've talked about this before, but I feel like a lot of more people have started to awaken since the last time I talked about this. And you may not know that that's what's going on with you. So that's what this card is talking about. You're starting to run into those people on an every day-to-day level. So then what I asked, so what is it that they are starting to see or know? Okay. So we have birth. Okay. And this is earth energy. This is having these new ideas come in, like this card's talking about, new creations. And you're starting to feel your way through it. You're feeling these things opening up. You're feeling your higher self integrating with your conscious mind. You're starting to get those intuitive hits. You're starting to feel differently, physically, mentally. Your psyche's opening up. You're feeling downloads more easy. Maybe some places that you go to, you actually feel an energetic charge from it. I do know that here recently with being up here in the mountains, I have gone a couple of times on the property where Daniel lives, and gone up into the trees. And I actually one day went and stood out there, and I did this little exercise that I heard about that I thought was a really good one. I stood in the ground. I opened up my third eye, and I allowed my energy to expand past me to gather up the trees. And guys, it felt like I was really, my energy was merging with the energy of the land. So if you're an earth healer, that might be a good exercise for you to do, to connect with the energy of the trees, the grass, the changes going on with the earth, to help integrate them easier, so it doesn't feel so disruptive to you. Okay, doing something like that is going to help bring relief from any kind of, what am I feeling? What am I, if I am doing another spiritual awakening, or if everything's feeling kind of shaky beneath my feet all of a sudden, that might help you to integrate those energies a little bit better and ground and root yourself, so that you don't feel that lightheaded and airiness feeling we can feel. Okay. And people are going to notice this change in you. Okay. Because then we have Hagalaz. I know I've talked about this before, but guys, it feels like that's what's happening now. It feels like even more, excuse me, it feels like more people are putting up stronger boundaries and not putting up with people that don't get you, or people that are telling you, you go to work maybe and you tell somebody that's been a friend for quite a while, or a coworker, I just kind of feel like, it feels like the earth is changing. I feel like I'm changing somehow. And they look at you and they go, you know what? You need to go check out with a doctor. You're just mental. Guys, people tell you that. Those are the people that are not meant to be on your path. Those are the people that they're not going to get you. Maybe either they're not having a spiritual awakening, they're a newer soul, something like that. Those people are going to fall off, okay? And you're going to find this is going to stop and cause you to do more introspection of what's going on with this integration with you, okay? Spiritual illumination, this is, to me, is talking about, because for some of you, it's going to feel like a ton of bricks, okay? It's going to feel like, why is everything shifting and changing? Well, it's because you're doing this other awakening, and you're having this, everything's being integrated, okay? And then you're going to meet some people, like I said, that you're going to feel like you've met them before, and you don't know what, where's this come, how do I know you? Okay. So that's just a little explanation of it. I would definitely suggest looking up, just like this birth rune is talking about. Look for new teachers, look for new people, look for, maybe do a word association. Sit down with a piece of paper and just write out, what am I feeling? And do some little one-word things, whatever comes to mind. And then go look those up and see what resonates for you, okay? And so then I asked, so going into the future, what else do we need to know? Okay. And I get trust your path, because if you're having a spiritual awakening for the first time, you're going to find that, and I keep seeing they keep showing me these bodies of water and talking about the primordial waters, which, guys, the primordial waters is talking about new creation. So maybe after having some, intuitive hits of past lives, or of people that you can't figure out where you knew them, they're meant to be on your path, either to teach you something, show you something, help you make sense of what's going on with you, because the landscape is changing for you now, okay? This is going to present you with new doors, new opportunities. It's talking about the landscape in general changing for you, and maybe you're enhancing you're starting a new spiritual practice because of it. Maybe you're having, maybe it's time to leave an old job and find a new job. Maybe it's time to physically move from one location to another to start something new. Maybe it's time to change the kind of music you listen to. Maybe it's time to start gathering up rocks and crystals. If you decide all of a sudden that they're starting to talk to you. These are two of my beautiful little crystals that I put in my runes, because they are amplifiers. These are quartz crystals. They help amplify. Okay. You can also, I don't have a piece with me here, but you can also get a piece of hematite, which is grounding, to help you also figure out these, once you feel these energies integrating after this spiritual illumination, it can help you to be more focused, Okay. So then I asked, and this goes along with this trust your path going into the future. I asked, well, what will the collective start seeing then? Okay. So then here they're talking about, as you become more integrated, we've got the microchism to the macrochism. As you become more integrated, especially for those of you that are going through your very first awakening, where you feel like one morning you get up, you're just kind of tired. You get up the next morning and all of a sudden the light seems to change. All of a sudden you start feeling yes or no answers to questions in your solar plexus. Some kind of where your higher self has integrated with your conscious mind. You were starting to, when you start to feel this, right, the air seems crisper, thinner, well, crisp is the only word they're telling me right now. But maybe the sun seems like it shines brighter. Maybe when you go walk out to your car, you walk outside and the ground feels different. Some kind of way where after you've done this integration and you go, oh, I get it now. Because now you realize you've come through a part of this spiritual awakening, and everything that is now integrating, it no longer feels, now like intuitively you get a message in your mind. Your spirit guides might talk to you, your angels might talk to you, they might tell you this is what's going on, and all of a sudden you just understand. Okay, so they're going to bring you these signs and synchronicities and help you understand this, and your intuition, intuition is going to, and your angels and ancestors are going to bring you more synchronicities. Okay, on this trust your path, it says, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Well, they're going to help bring you answers. If you sit and journal and talk to your, like my spiritual practice every morning is to spend at least 5 to 10 minutes with my candle. That's how I touch my on button, okay? And then I meditate and I ask them, what do I need to know for the day, okay? So I feel like some of you might even find some use out of that, okay? And with those signs and synchronicities, at this integration level, you're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel happier. You're going to feel, and some of you may already be experiencing this, because all of a sudden everything starts to energetically feel better. And it's going to, just knowing that that's what's going on, it might even bring some new rewards to you, new opportunities, new doors opening up that didn't open up before. There may be, after some people drop off or some situations drop off, new people coming in, you might even go to a new place where you pick up a new energy, or you feel something new that you go, oh, wow. And you've got this soul integration. So with this soul integration, when you, that reward, this is going to bring in also new abundance, new, moving forward into the future, feeling, again, being led and guided by your spirit guides with these new intuitive hits. That's going to open up more of your path of destiny, a breakthrough in your psyche. Okay, so that is going to help you to trust your path, know that they got your back. And again, I just keep getting this feeling of everything seeming brand new. Okay, and you see we've got this doorway here. Okay, so for those of you that are, some of you might even take what they consider an allegorical, a journey of the soul. You might even, through some guided meditations, if you look for something like that, of the Honest Guys do some good guided meditations where they take you on a journey that will also help integrate some of these energies and bring in some of these new intuitive hits of where do you want to go. You might even, some of your new some of you that might have some new gifts coming in, you might actually decide to take a course of study. I just feel like that if you know that they have your back, where on this path of destiny, where do you want to go now? Okay, so that's what I have for you guys this morning. I hope this made sense. Here recently, I have been feeling more pulled with the earth healer energy to start looking at some of the herbs, and I've been called to here lately to start working with my crystals again. So what do you, after you get this integration, what do you intuitively feel like the universe is now pulling you towards? What do you intuitively feel like your spirit guides, your third eye, your higher self is telling you to go? Because the landscape is going to change, but trust in it. Trust in everything that you're feeling right now. It is, your spirit guides and angels will not lead you wrong. Okay, guys? So I hope this made sense to you. That's what I have for y'all this morning. Guys, be a light in the darkness. Your angels have your back. Lighthouse.